Hey guys, hope you all have been well. Welcome back to my channel. On today's video, I'm going to be talking about some discontinued or kind of revamped products that I wish either had stayed on the market or stayed the same. Some of the items I do have with me or I've tried, and I think there's only one that I haven't, but I'm very sour about it still. So if that sounds like an interesting video idea to you, I hope you decide to stay tuned. We're gonna get straight into it. So the first item on the list is Eternal Sun from MAC. This is one of their pro longwear blushes, and I do have it in my collection, but it's not available anymore, and it really boggles my mind because there are some permanent products that I feel they could do away with, and they should have kept Eternal Sun. It might be in large part due to the fact that it's not part of like the original blushes, the Gingerly, the Melba, the Blush Baby, but still it was pretty heavily talked about. I mean, that's how I knew about this blush. But here I have it swatched on my hand. On the top I have Gingerly, on the bottom I have Eternal Sun. Eternal Sun is what people with like a slightly deeper complexion to mine, or for people who wanted Gingerly to be more of a luminous blush, that's what Eternal Sun is. So it's very comparable to this blush here, which is Cult Classic. Why would you want to get rid of this blush? It's kind of like a mid-tone brown with a hint of red, so it gives off a bit of that sunburnt look, which is, I mean, it's perfect, right? And this is what it looks like in the pan. Wouldn't you agree that just by looking at it in the pan, it'd be something you'd be attracted to? The good thing about MAC is that sometimes they bring back discontinued products, so hopefully somewhere down the line we get to hear about Eternal Sun coming back. And if that is the case and I am like on it, I will let you guys know if you're interested, because I recommend a lot of stuff from MAC, and Eternal Sun happens to be one of the ones that I absolutely love. I think it might have been in my MAC recommendations, like top 5, one of my top 5 MAC blushes. I'm pretty sure, because it's so good. This next item here is a NARS blush. It was marketed as a blush. I don't see it as one. It's very much a highlighter to me, and this is in Tribulation. I've spoken about this for years, and it's still one of my favorite highlighters of all time. I still use it more specifically in my everyday life because it's discontinued. I just hate to have to do that to you guys, but it is, I mean, it is perfection. I have very textured skin, and so I can't go with blinding highlighter. It's really not my preference anyways. So a highlighter like this right on the edge of my hand right there, see that subtle glow? And on my complexion, a shade like this is exactly what my skin needs to not pull a certain color, not gold, not rose gold, not champagne. On my skin, this just looks like it's lit, just glowy and pressed into my skin, and no shifts of color anywhere. It's so good. And this isn't like a product that's been highly spoken about from NARS. I kind of just found it by myself, so I do understand why it's been discontinued. I don't hear people talking about this, but NARS, as a patron of your brand, please just consider making this a highlighter, and I'm sure that a lot of people would be happy because it's so good. Can you see how dirty my packaging is? That's how long I've had this. All right, so let's move on to a couple items that I have tried, and I'm very disappointed that it's no longer on the market because they were really good stuff. Now, the first 2 products come from the same brand, and this is NYC. The first product is their Sunny Bronzer. Why? This is one of the ones, like, it makes no sense to me. You know, I might be a little biased with this blush and this highlighter, but the Sunny Bronzer, they were making money. It was like, what, $4? I actually panned that bronzer. It was that good. I used it so much, and it was comparable to some of the other bronzers that I had. And I don't know if it's because NYC maybe happened to just go out of business. I didn't do research that far in, but it kind of makes sense because the other product is no longer available as well. And had that bronzer still been on the market, I would highly recommend you trying that one out, because for the price, it was beautiful on the skin. I was actually very proud that I got to pan that bronzer. The next item, again NYC, is their matte liquid liner. I remember being traumatized when I found out that they no longer made that eyeliner, because it was the eyeliner that I use. That was it. But I really did worry, like, where am I gonna get my eyeliner from? Because I like eyeliners that dip into the well, and it has to be matte. A lot of what we see on the market with the liquid liners has that glossy look, and I absolutely cannot use it. So I was having a field day trying to figure out, how am I going to get a backup for my liquid liner? And thankfully my best friend in Hawaii was like, I can't find it, but NYX has this liquid liner that's similar to it. Thank God she found that liquid liner. Otherwise I would have gone to like gel liner again, and it's just not the same. I actually need to buy backups. Just reminded me. People who are like OG makeup wearers, you guys know, you know about that NYC matte liquid liner. The next item on the list is the Chanel Soleil Tan de Chanel. I did own this bronzer, and I really liked this bronzer, but I had it for so long that I was kind of getting tired of using it, and I still had so much product left. But as we all know, if we follow makeup, they discontinued that original formula and made something else, and there was an uproar because it wasn't the same thing. I haven't tried the new formula. I've tried the older one. But some people that I remember watching when I did have the original formula, we had the same like thoughts about it, and then they did reviews for the new one, and they were like, what the hell? What did you do? It was perfectly fine. Why didn't you leave it alone? And so even though I haven't tried it, I'm guessing we might have similar thoughts about it because it was good. Now, it didn't show up very dark on my skin. It was a very subtle bronzer, but I like that. So it didn't affect me too much. I still really like the way that it looked on my skin. And as a luxury brand, I guess they're a little bit more like, we'll do what we want. We work with these renowned people, just whatever. It's such a signature product for them in terms of like everyday consumers. So it just kind of boggles my mind that they would think it'd be a good idea to just change it up, right? This next item is something that I don't have, I never own, but I'm very upset that it is discontinued. Now, this is a limited edition product, but technically can't be because they resold it. Like, they came out with it again. So once you do that, it's no longer a limited edition. This is the ABH and the Ombrezzi highlighter. I am, till this day, I'm still kind of sour. So here's what happened. The first time around, I didn't get to it. It sold out really quickly. Then this limited edition, never gonna come out again product came out again. And then I had it in my Macy's cart, and I had a couple days. This was after my no buy. I had it there for a couple of days. I wanted to think about it. And finally I decided, like, okay, I'm just gonna do it. I've always been thinking about it. I want to try it out for myself. So I go back, and then it sells out, and I have nowhere else to get it. And there was a time that I was thinking, like, why didn't they just make this like a permanent product, right? Put it in a pan and just sell it with everything else. But I got to thinking, like, this is a collaboration, so I don't know if, you know, there may be some legal things that have to happen in order to sell the product because it's attached to someone else's name. But whatever the reason, please come out with it one more time at least and give me a shot. I'm just gonna buy it. I'm not even gonna think about it. I'm just gonna purchase it. But there's a good chance it'll come back, right? I mean, ABH needs to redeem themselves, so that's probably one of the better ways to go. Obviously, there are a lot of other items I can talk about, but I just wanted to keep it rather minimal for this video so that I can talk about each of them and hopefully be able to do another video later in the future. If you guys like this makeup look, be sure to check me out on Instagram. It's going to be the first link in the description box down below, where I post a photo of all my makeup looks along with all the products in the caption. Till the next video, I hope you all are doing well, taking great care of yourselves. I will see you all next time. Bye guys.